What's going on, guys? My name is Donnie, and today we're talking about tool purchases. Where do you begin if you're starting woodworking? And if you think always buying the most expensive tool is the way to go, you could be wrong. Let's talk about miter saws. Usually that's the first purchase for every woodworker starting their journey. Mine was this rigid. Now, I have a tiny shop today, and when I started this journey, I had a small workshop. But look at this beast. This thing is huge. Honestly, what the hell do you plan on making with this thing? This thing is massive. Unless you're planning on building a Transformer Optimus Prime, you don't need anything this large. This is ridiculous. And truth be told, when you're starting your journey out, you'll figure out you'll need a miter saw less and less. You'll end up using your table saw for almost everything. I hardly use a miter saw. Instead of the 12-inch, opt for a 10-inch miter saw like this Delta Cruiser here behind me. It cuts true, there's no wobble in the blade, and it's a huge space saver for the shop. But I do want to take a moment and say this video is not sponsored, because at the end of the day, nobody gives a shit. This is just my opinions based on the experience that I have as a woodworker. Let's move on to the next tool. Let's talk dust collection. So you've started your woodworking journey and you're looking to suck that dust out of the air. Well, which model are you going to start with? Let's begin with what I recommend you do not purchase. Harbor Freight. The air filtration bag collects more wood chips than flies on poop. The bag clips break easily, and the outer ring is almost impossible to put on and off. Instead, opt for a smaller unit like this one. It's mobile, it's on wheels, and if you're in a tiny shop like me, this thing is a lifesaver. The bags are really small, easy to handle. It comes with this ring that's easy to pop on and off. And the filter up top is amazing. Gone are the days of dust flying all through the air with those big dusty airbags. Those blow, right? But here's what you need to know. This unit is a little bit pricey, and I will have a link in the description box below. But if you're starting out and you're wanting to search for dust collector, what you need to search for is the CFM. Forget about horsepower, forget about size, all that's pretty much irrelevant. CFM is what you need to know, and I wish somebody would have told me that years ago. Let's move on to the next tool. Let's talk routers. You can see I have a few models here. There's no right or wrong purchase when it comes to routers, at least not in my book. But what you need to know is you could get the corded variety for more power, or the cordless for less power but gain mobility. That's really up to you and what you plan on doing. However, I would recommend you don't purchase this rigid 18 volt. There's nothing wrong with rigid products, and this one has served me well over the years. However, the parts break down often. I find it very difficult to make adjustments, and you have to go through a third-party replacement part service to get parts, and that blows. Instead, I would opt for this DeWalt version. Replacement parts are really easy to come by. It's 20 volts, but it feels like it's 60. This thing is amazing. Then you have these two guys. If you were gonna get one, I would go with this bigger one. This is 2.25 horsepower, and this is 3. But here's the scoop. Until recently, there was a $100 difference between the two. Right now, I've seen that these are both going for the exact same price, right? That's a no-brainer. So I would begin your journey with this one, and I would end your journey with this one. Let's move. Before we talk about clamps, I want to throw my shameless plug out there. Smash that subscribe button below if you like what I'm doing, and definitely comment and share your experiences with tools as well. I want to get to know everybody. But please, smash that subscribe button so I can continue to make videos and do what I love, and hopefully help you on your woodworking journey as well. Now that that's out of the way, are you into clamping or glamping? I think it's pretty obvious which one I'm into. It's taken me nearly 8 years to collect this many clamps, and while they're awesome to have, it's really not necessary. But you're starting your journey and you want to know where to spend your money wisely in the beginning. You have all kinds of different clamps out there. You have parallel clamps, pipe clamps, and you have bar clamps. Well, the only one I would recommend you don't purchase in the beginning are bar clamps. They're really sloppy, they're made of aluminum, they're kind of chintzy, and these little gears that you slide back and forth, they get stuck in all these little crevices. And God forbid a little glue gets stuck in one of these deals, you'll spend an hour picking it out just to move on. And trust me when I say this, glue ups are stressful. You just want to fly through it. Instead, a better purchase to spend your money on would be parallel clamps. They have 1,000 pounds of clamping pressure, and you can pretty much do anything with them, from tabletops to table bases to whatever. But check this out, it's a huge space saver, and this is why. Let's say you're gonna glue up 2 boards together for a laminated block. Simply close the clamp, apply your pressure, stand it up, and get it out of the way. If you're in a small shop like me, real estate is the most expensive thing. Get your stuff up out of the way so you can continue doing your work for the day. A couple of really important machines for your shop is a thickness planer or a joiner. Now, if you're starting your journey out today, you don't really need a joiner, as that's more of a luxury purchase, and it helps you with efficiency and helps expedite the building process, but it's not necessary in the beginning unless your budget permits. Otherwise, you will need a thickness planer, and it's critical to use it on every single project. I would recommend getting a lunchbox DeWalt style planer. They come in around $500–600. They're really great. If you don't get one of those, you can go on Grizzly Industrial site and get a 12.5 or 13-inch lunchbox. And what I like about them is they have awesome replacement parts for all of their machines. You hop online, find the model you have, and it'll have a list of all the replacement parts, and you can get it just like that. I have the 20-inch Grizzly Industrial thickness planer. This thing is a workhorse, but I realize you're probably not gonna start with this one, and it's actually taken me 5 thickness planers before I got to this guy. But you're gonna wanna get yourself a planer. Let's move on. You're looking to buy an impact driver or a drill combo kit, and you wanna know where to begin. This is super easy. Just buy cordless 20 volts, and it doesn't really matter which brand, whether it's DeWalt, Rigid, Milwaukee, Makita, they're all great. You can't go wrong. Pick a color and run with it. More importantly, let's talk about an expensive purchase like sanders. This one can get kind of dicey, and I'm a little embarrassed to tell you about it. Okay, I don't even want to face you with this one. The sander I don't recommend happens to be the one all woodworkers want, and I'm pretty sure all woodworkers are going to beat me up for this. I do not recommend this Festool Rotex sander. This thing is a lemon. I love Festool products. They're amazing. I wish I had a ton of them, but this Rotex blows. Here's why. The dust collection on it, it sucks. And not literally. It's got 2 settings on it, one for rough sanding and one for fine sanding. No matter what I do, it doesn't work. The rough sanding, it doesn't remove material. You can sit there all day and it doesn't do anything good. The fine setting on it, no matter what sandpaper you use, no matter how many grits you step up, there'll be scratches in your product. I do not recommend this one. If you're starting your journey, I do, however, recommend this, the DeWalt. This thing is amazing. It will actually eat material faster than any sander I've ever put my hands on. I can't believe how powerful it is. It's almost hard to control. At the end of the day, all you really want to stick with is an orbital sander. No belt sanders, no palm sanders, none of that stuff. You just want an orbital sander, and I would stay away from anything that has a cordless situation, as you just need more power, and being mobile isn't really important to me unless you do a lot of field work. If you do a lot of field work, then maybe you need some of the cordless varieties. But if you're starting your journey, I would begin with this DeWalt power sander. And if you have the budget, I would get a Mirka Dayro 6-inch. This thing is legit. It's amazing. Now here's the scoop. It's a fine sander. So if you're trying to remove a lot of material quickly, it's not really going to be the one. But if you want a badass job, you want it smooth, you want it amazing, this will be it. So start here, end here. Now let's discuss Craig Jig products, track saws, circular saws, air compressors, and table saws in part 2. All right, if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.